Wait, what was I just talking about?
You were about to tell them your opinion on The Amazing Spider-Man, the movie.
Oh, yeah. The Amazing
Girls
Spider-Man.
aren't qualified to have opinions on comic books. Call her a hipster. She's a hipster. What's a hipster? I don't know. Just type it in. Okay. Yeah.
What is that, a gun? Finally, we're gonna do something about this. Shoot that fucker.
This is the only effective weapon we have against the trolls.
Oh God, no. Oh God, I've been blocked. Oh no. Don't worry, I'll make 10 new accounts.
I'll try to hold the last one at bay so you can finish your review.
Okay. All right, let's talk about Spider-Man. Let's talk about why I'm really upset about The Amazing Spider-Man. The biggest problem with this movie is that it isn't a reboot, it is a repackage. It has 3 of the same producers, 1 of the same writers who also worked on Spider-Man 3, that gem. So the first half of the film was good because it started with a new tone, it was more realistic, it was darker, a little grittier, whatever. But then the second half of the film reverts back to the tonality of the Sam Raimi films when the lizard plot gets enacted, and they just really didn't have a clear idea of what they were doing. If you're gonna do a true reboot, then you need new producers, new writers, new people, not just a new director and a new star. Do we technically need reboots of well-known franchises that are like popular culture at this point, and not just in America, in the world? Everyone knows who Superman is, everybody knows who Batman is, and everybody knows who Spider-Man is. So why do we have to keep doing their origin stories over and over again? We get it. Am I gonna have to see Uncle Ben die every 10 years? I know he died. I understand Peter got bit by a radioactive spider. Why does it take an hour to introduce us to shit that we already know? People who don't even read comics know that Peter Parker got bit by a radioactive spider and know that Uncle Ben died. Like, move on. I don't want to see another Superman baby in a little thing flying through space either. I don't want to see that again. I'm done. My question is, why did they feel like they had to do this story linearly? Okay, why can't they do it like Tarantino style and chop it up and start with Spider-Man? He's like knocking out some shitty low-level villain or whatever that never comes back, and you just get action, and then do like maybe 10-15 minutes flashbacks, maybe, of the Uncle Ben radioactive spider nonsense. This film was obviously made by a bunch of suits in a boardroom and not by creative people who were excited. And it's tragic that there are some really great elements and moments in this film, but it's just totally wasted on a movie that's bad overall. Ball officially dropped. So let's talk about Doc Connors for just a quick second. I was introduced to Spider-Man when I was a kid through the Spider-Man cartoon show on Saturday mornings. I loved Spider-Man. One of the characters that I really liked was Doc Connors. He was a tragic character, and you felt so bad for him. He was just trying to fix his arm, and he wasn't trying to hurt anybody, and shit got fucked up, and he turned into this lizard creature, and he hates it, and he has to take the serum to keep himself from turning into a lizard creature because he doesn't want to be a lizard. He is upset at the idea of that, and it was so moving. I felt that was moving. Now, in this film, it's a little bit different. In fact, it's a lot a bit different, and in fact, I don't feel shit for Doc Connors, and he sucks. I don't understand how a 90s cartoon show for children made me feel more for Doc Connors than a big budget summer fucking blockbuster Spider-Man movie. That mystifies me. Oh my god, and his plot? What was he gonna do? Turn people into lizard people for like a day or two until the serum like wore off? I mean, we never really saw the whole shot where he's like, well, this'll turn you into a lizard for good, you know? I mean, and then yeah, they cut back and the policemen still are in their clothes. I guess like they didn't get really big. They're just kind of half lizard people or something. And what were they doing while all this was going on? And why does he want to turn everyone into lizard people? What's the point of turning everyone into lizard people? What's the point? This is a plot from the Silver Age of comics, and I think somebody needs to nudge Hollywood and say like, hey, the comics that are being written now are far more complex than this shit. Disdain for audience, check. And don't even try to tell me, oh, but the graphics were so much, the animation was so good. It's been 10 years. Of course the animation's better. It should be better. It's been 10 years. You cannot give it a pass because of that. You cannot give it a cookie for that. I don't want to to be too mean to Spider-Man. I mean, it was definitely condescending towards its audience, but not nearly as condescending as fucking Joel Schumacher's Batman and Robin.
If there's anybody watching this that went into Batman and Robin with great anticipation, if I disappointed them in any way, then I really want to apologize, because it wasn't my intention. My intention was just to entertain them.
For a take, Joel would pick up his megaphone, his bullhorn, and go, "Remember, everybody, it's a cartoon." So that kind of set the tone and the style of Joel's Batman.
Remember, it's for stupid kids. I'm negative about The Amazing Spider-Man because I know that it can be so much better. I know that if you put this into the right hands, someone would do something great with it, something that we would all be blown away by. Just look at the comics. There's a lot of really great source material out there that they could use that's way better than the crap that they just put out. And the sad part is about all this, and you may not have thought about this, is that because Sony has the rights to Spider-Man, that Spider-Man probably is never going to be in an Avengers movie, and that's a bummer. Can you imagine Joss Whedon, what he would do with Spider-Man in an Avengers movie? That would be so fucking awesome. Everyone would lose their minds. I would lose my mind. But no, Sony has it. I wish Marvel just had it. So here's the scoop. Marvel was going bankrupt. They were kind of desperate. So they ended up selling the rights to a lot of their characters to Sony for a flat fee. They made a bad deal because they were in a pinch. Now, because Sam Raimi from the last Spider-Man films kind of got in a fight, I think with the producers is what I hear. They couldn't agree on things, and he was very upset with how Spider-Man 3 happened and turned out to be that the producers booted him off, and they realized, like, oh shit, like oh my god, like now that Raimi's gone, what are we gonna do? Because if we don't make another Spider-Man movie within a certain amount of time, the rights to Spider-Man is gonna go back to Marvel Disney. And we can't have that because we wanna make money for as much as we fucking can. So they scrambled, cobbled together this film and shoved it out, not because they were excited and they had a new fun script and they had a new idea and new producers and a new director and a new writer. Oh my gosh, no. It was because they had to keep Spider-Man. And that's sad. Sony kept the rights to Spider-Man, and this is what they did with it. Because they need to fucking pump that Spider-Man for all he's worth, and they're not done yet. And here's something that just puzzles me to no end. How does this movie have a 74% on Rotten Tomatoes? A 74%? What? Is there some sort of corporate conspiracy going on?
I have to go get a part for my truck. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Don't talk to the trolls while I'm gone.
Okay.
Hey, comic book slut 19! That part was for Wayland, you stupid bitch! It's so obvious! I can't take it anymore!
Oh, you have had all the guff I'm gonna take out of you, you little fucker.
What are you doing? Stay here!
Enough of you.
Don't touch me!
I had enough of you.
You got no right! Help! 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 Help!
You're going back where you belong.
I'm back. 19. What happened to the troll?
I flushed that little shit back down the toilet where it fucking belongs.
Oh no, you've made a huge mistake!
Well, what did I do wrong? You're taking forever.
I'm afraid you failed to follow my advice. Now you're on your own here.
What? You can't just leave me high and dry. You said you were gonna help me.
My advice was always conditionary, man. Here's your bill for the trolls.
That's why I think you're a bill.
This whole place is gonna be swarming with trolls soon. I'm out of here.
What? This is an outrage. Where are you going? You can't just leave me here like this. I'm gonna call the Better Business Bureau on your ass. You're gonna get the worst Yelp review. So, it looks like I've gotten myself into a real pickle this time. So, help me out and subscribe to my channel, like my video, like my Facebook page, follow me on Twitter at CBGirl19, and on Instagram. And don't forget to draw me some fan art. It's my favorite.